What's up, Panther Nation, Pantherologist? Welcome back to yet another episode of Lunch Break with me, where I take a lunch break and I come on live here on YouTube and talk about Carolina Panthers NFL content and just bringing you content every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m., between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. EST. That's usually when I go live. So you can always catch me in between those times, but it's consistent. You know, it might be 12 o'clock, 12:15, 12:30, 12:45, 1 o'clock, but most of the time it's in between that span, Monday through Friday. So I've been doing this consistently for a hot minute now. So make sure y'all pound the like button as you come in. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new lives, videos, content, whatever. All right. So Sports Illustrated came out with a NFC South rookie rankings, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So I'm going to share my screen with that. So ranking all 26 rookies in NFC South. And this is this is from the All Panthers. I'm sure there's like it looks like they're all in the other Sports Illustrated, because Sports Illustrated has like every like NFL team and writers, whatever. But all right, so let's get right to it though. So they got So overall rankings wise in the NFC South rankings, they gave Bryce Young the #1 overall pick. I could see that. I mean, I see why. I mean, he was undoubtedly the top. Definitely undoubtedly the top quarterback in his class. His intelligence, decision-making, accuracy, I think this year is going to show. Transition over from the Alabama, but yeah. So I mean, it looks so far. You know, this looks right with definitely with the 1 and 2 spot there. Definitely looks right. Bijan Robinson getting the second. Getting second. I mean, normally, you know, not a lot of people in the NFL generally go for a running back that high in the draft, but with the fact that Bijan Robinson is a probably once in a lifetime talent, and if he remains healthy, he could be a potential Hall of Famer, which is basically what they're saying here. And I mean, I truly believe that too. So, all right, let's move on. Then they gave Mingo the #3 spot, which was kind of crazy to me. I mean, some people may say this is a bit high, right? But his traits make it really, I think his tendencies and traits make it really hard for him to, for us not to get excited about him as a prospect. He's a big slot receiver. And he's definitely a reliable force over the middle. He's definitely he's basically like a bigger, which I think they're kind of saying the same thing here, which I kind of agree with. He's like slightly bigger Deebo Samuel. I mean, I kind of saw that too. So it kind of like, whoever wrote this kind of put it into perspective for me. Thinking about it now with Mingo, he is basically a slightly bigger Deebo Samuel. So this was from, and then they went with Brian Breezy. And then they went from the Saints, and then they went offensive lineman Matthew Bergeron, Jake Matthews, Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry. I guess that's who they compare him to. And it looks, he didn't go in the first round, but he was a home run pick apparently. So, and then the rest of the pack. So the rest of the pack, it looks like the Buccaneers, they gave Kalijah Cansey. Then they gave us our offensive lineman Chandler Zavala at 7. Kendra Miller at 8. Isaiah Foskey at 9. So these were the rookie rankings that Sports Illustrated came out with for the NFC South, which I thought was pretty interesting. So this is why we're going over this. Looks like they gave out of 26 players, they gave Jamie Robinson 15th overall. They gave DJ Johnson 19th overall. Let's see if there's any other guys in here. Nope, looks like that's it. Oh, that's true because that was every pick we got. Duh. Clark Phillips, Josh Hayes. Okay. So I just wanted to go over that with you guys. Thought it was pretty interesting. If you haven't seen this yet, but it's just on Sports Illustrated, ranking all 26 rookies in NFC South. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Let's move on here. So apparently, Bleacher Report came out with the NFL's most overrated player at each position entering the 2023 NFL season. Okay. And the reason why I put in the title is D-Jack and Shaq Thompson overrated. Well, first off, the quarterback position, they did Kyler Murray is overrated, which I truly believe that. Russell Wilson and Daniel Jones as other overrated quarterbacks. Running backs, they said Alvin Kamara, and then they said Joe Mixon and Najee Harris. Then at the wide receiver, they said Odell Beckham, Mike Williams, and Deontay Johnson. I don't agree with either one of those, Mike Williams and Deontay Johnson. I don't think they're overrated. I think they're perfectly rated for saying anything. Kyler Murray is definitely overrated. Russell Wilson is definitely overrated after what we've seen. Daniel Jones is definitely overrated after what we've seen. Let's see if we move on to the running backs now. Alvin Kamara, I don't think he's overrated. I think he would be. I can't say he's overrated. I don't think he is. I think he's perfectly rated, probably where he should be. And we've done the rankings for these guys. I would say maybe Joe Mixon is overrated, but I think Najee Harris, for only being 2 years in the league, I don't think you can go ahead and say he's overrated. Odell Beckham, I don't think he's overrated. He's just injury prone. That's the only difference. But Deontay Johnson and Mike Williams, I don't think they're overrated. I like David Njoku. I don't agree with that. Then they have Darren Waller. I don't agree with that. And Dawson Knox. You could make a. I don't agree with the Darren Waller one, but I think for Dawson Knox, you can make an argument. Jawan Taylor, he could be overrated. I don't know. I don't know him that well, honestly, but says from Football Focus, though, Jawan Taylor has allowed an average of 7 sacks per season over the last 4 years in Jacksonville. Wow. So maybe he is overrated. Brian O'Neill, Minnesota Vikings, Joseph Noteboom. I don't know really too much of those guys. All right. Interior offensive lineman, Brandon Sharf. He's had a good career, I feel like, but that's just me. Laken Tomlinson and Connor McGovern. All right. So now edge rusher. They got Bradley Chubb as an overrated edge rusher, Khalil Mack as an overrated edge rusher, and Joey Bosa as an overrated edge rusher. Those are some hot takes on all three of those guys. I would take any of those guys any day of the week, especially on the edge rusher side. Wow. Okay. All right. Defensive lineman, Dalvin Tomlinson. Who else did they put? Leonard Williams and Devon Hamilton. Sorry. I wouldn't say Leonard Williams is overrated. That's just me. Okay, Trey Edmonds. I think he's overrated. Yes. But then they put Shaq Thompson overrated. Do they have anything in here that talks about Shaq Thompson being overrated? No, it's just talking about Trey Evans. I don't know how they come up with Shaq Thompson being overrated. He's been a leader on our defense. I think he does everything well. I was just talking about him yesterday. I feel that Shaq Thompson was one of the most underrated offseason moves we made this season. I'm surprised Bleacher Report. I'm surprised Bleacher Report even put him in there, saying he's the most one of the most overrated linebackers. But I don't see how that's true. I just don't see it. I think that when you look at what Shaq brings to the table, I don't see how he's overrated. Yeah, that's kind of upsetting to hear that. I just don't see how that's possible. Honestly, I really don't. I don't see how you can say Shaq Thompson's overrated. But I mean, you got to think about it. Shaq Thompson could have been potentially released, and then we restructured his contract before he became a free agent, and then that ensured him to stay here longer. And then we recognized the significance of Thompson's influence on the field and in the locker room. So he's a leader. And in this 3-4 scheme that we are now implementing, Thompson will be positioned inside, which is something he should have been done for how many he should have always been inside. Not when obviously Luke Kuechly and maybe Davis, but when they were gone, he should have been inside. I think the decision to retain Shaq Thompson could ultimately prove to be one of the most crucial moves we made this offseason. And I'm guaranteed, I feel that he's going to prove that. So for Bleacher Report to say he's an overrated linebacker, I just don't see it. So, and then as you can see, they got other overrated. They said Trayvon Diggs is an overrated cornerback. I don't see how that's possible. But then they got J.C. Jackson. I don't agree with that either. And then they got Dante Jackson. I don't know how they come up with Dante Jackson and why. Maybe because he's injury prone, because he's gotten injured. And we paid him. So that could be it. But because he just gets injured. Kind of like the reason why they probably put Odell on this list. But when the man's healthy, he's the best corner on our team. Let's be honest. JC Horn is almost there, but I think I need to see more from JC, and I need him to stay healthy too. So let's see what safeties they got. Jamal Adams, they got him as overrated. And who else? Justin Reed. Okay. And Amani Hooker. Some of these are hot takes, man. Some of these are pretty hot takes. I'm not going to lie. Some of these are pretty hot takes. So, but that's just one man's opinion. That is just one man's opinion. All right. Last but not least, some corners. Some corner free agents I think we should target. Let me pull up my thing here. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so the first guy we got here. Here we go. So the first guy we got here is Troy Hill from the LA Rams, right? So Troy Hill. And the reason why I say Troy Hill is because now he is 31 years old. He's had 8 years in the league. He's played over almost 100 games. He's played like 96 games. He's made 55 starts. He spent his 4 seasons with Evero in Los Angeles, and then 2 years with secondary coach Cooley in 2020 and 2022. So he has a lot of obviously he's very familiar with our coaching staff. So it wouldn't be a surprise for us to bring a guy in like him. Another guy is Marcus Peters. The reason why I say Marcus Peters is he's more unlikely to side with us because he's a little pricey. If you go look on Spot Track, which I looked him up, he is valued around $9.8 million a year. So if I'm the Panthers, if you're going to spend the money on a free agent at this point of the offseason, it's going to be on a pass rusher for $9.8 million a year and not a corner. But from a production standpoint, he's definitely right now the best corner available. All right. He's a 3-time Pro Bowl, a 2-time All-Pro. His stats speak for himself in his career. It would be a very pricey move, but it could be one that erase a lot of concerns with our corner depth. All right. And then last but not least, Ronald Darby. All right. Reason why I chose Ronald Darby is because he's been playing in the league a long time. I think a veteran status would help. He's been in the league for 9 years. He's been with the Bills, the Eagles, the Commanders, and the Broncos. Now he only played like 5 games last year for Denver. And Capers and Evero, Hansen, Watts all know what he's capable of. So I think he would be a good fit. And I think they know him enough. Our coaching staff know him enough how much value he can bring to our defense. And at this point in his career, he fits into the role of a CB3 anyways, and he would definitely be an upgrade from CJ Henderson. So I think Ronald Darby would be the best fit, honestly. So I like him too. Signing, we got the cap space for him. I think he's going to be, I need to go on Spot Track and see how much he's worth. Honestly, I need to see how much he's worth. See how much he's worth. Is it not going to give me his name? There he is. So base salary is 5, cap hit 13. I mean, he has a 2-year contract with the Colts, which is 2 years, $26 million. So you're going to have to pay him $13 million. So not bad. Wouldn't be terrible. We got $27 million in cap anyways. So, well, guys, that is the NFC South rookie rankings. You can go check that out on Sports Illustrated. The D-Jack and Shaq Overrated. You can go check that out on Bleacher Report. It's the title of the article is NFL's most overrated player at each position entering 2023 season. So go check that out on Bleacher Report. And other than that, guys, appreciate everyone joining the live stream today. Again, make sure you pound that like button, click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of the live streams, shorts, whatever. Just wanted to hop on here real quick, get a quick live with y'all, do the NFC rookie rankings, talk about D-Jack and Shaq being overrated, apparently by Bleacher Report, and then talk about some cornerbacks, free agent targets that we could be targeting. So appreciate everyone joining the live stream. And as always, guys, keep pounding.